Good morning, you guys, and welcome to a day in the life of a content creator. One of the very best parts since I have been a full-time content creator with this YouTube channel is that I get to have my morning routine be exactly what I want it to be, and that's what you guys just saw. So every morning I wake up, I make my coffee, I make my breakfast, I do my journaling, my reading, my planning for the day, and I get to do it all before I even interact or think about anyone else, and it has just been really, really incredible. So that is one of the very best parts of doing this whole content creation thing, aside from making the videos, which obviously I love or I wouldn't be doing this, but that is one of the main things that has been super fun for me. When it comes to content creation, there's a lot of things that I think people automatically think of that I do in my day-to-day. Things like recording videos, editing those videos, you know, making the thumbnails for your video and posting things on Instagram to say when I've posted a new video. Those kind of things are the things that people typically think of when they think of being a content creator or someone who makes YouTube videos. And while that's not inaccurate, that's only a very small portion of the things that content creators do. And frankly, those are the things that are really easy for me and I kind of can do without putting a lot of thought into it, and have done it so many times at this point that it's just kind of a routine for me to do. But there are a lot of things that go into content creation that people don't necessarily think about or know much about, and those are the things that I tend to struggle with a lot more and have had a much harder time dealing with and finding my own little rhythm or routine of what works for me. So yes, there are days where I just wake up and do my routine and then edit all day long and it just flows for me and I get to be super creative. But there are also days where I kind of hit a wall and start questioning what I'm doing and why I'm even doing this. Some of the things that have been super challenging for me and kind of pushed me to that point of questioning what I'm doing and why I'm doing it are the things that people don't necessarily think about when they think of content creation. So for one, coming up with video ideas in the first place is something that is hard, especially as a small creator, because big creators, they can almost make a video about anything and people like it because they like the person and they trust that person. But when you're a small creator, people don't know you, so you have to find things that provide them some sort of value or benefit in their life. So finding video ideas that kind of bring together both what I like and what I want to do, but also being something that people want to watch and are going to want to click on. Another main thing that I feel like has been particularly hard for me in the recent months is the analytics that YouTube pushes at you is very difficult for me to be seeing every single day, all day. Basically, when you go to the analytics page, it tells you the percent of people that click on your video compared to all of your other videos, compared to other videos out there, how many people subscribed, if people unsubscribe, where in the video people are skipping over, and it's just can be a very, very negative trap to fall into. It's just really hard seeing that the analytical side of things constantly shoved in my face, and I'm just really trying to detach myself from that before it gets any worse than it is now. But I think the thing that I struggle with the very most as a small creator and a struggling creator is that there's a very big lack of reward for all of the work you put into it. Even in this video with me kind of trying to explain all the little pieces of the puzzle that go into being a content creator, it's still just a very small fraction of what it actually takes. And to put that much into something and see very little coming back is really exhausting and really difficult, especially when, as a person, my purpose is to help people and to support people and help them grow. And that's what I want to do with this channel, and to not really see that reflected back at me and not get those comments that are like, this is awesome, like this was so helpful, or things like that. It's just hard to keep going when you're not getting any of that. I have to keep reminding myself why I'm doing this and why I started, because if I were to focus on just the analytics alone and just the numbers alone, I would have given up months ago. But the fact that I am able to continue to remind myself why I want to do this and the impact that I want to make is what keeps me going. So there's a lot of things that I do to help with that. I have all of my goals written in the front of my planner. I have them all written in the front of my journal. I have my strategy for why I'm doing this written in the front of my YouTube journal. I have my little vision board up on my wall right by my desk. Even if you're not a struggling content creator, this can apply to anything in life. It can be a relationship, a new job, moving to a new location. Just to remind yourself why you're doing what you're doing and why you chose to do it in the first place, and that is enough to keep you going forward. But even with all of that said, and reminding myself why I'm doing this, what my goals are, my intentions, and all of those kind of things, there are still days that I am just stuck and in a bad headspace. And today is unfortunately one of those days. And sometimes you just have to accept that you're in a place where you're stuck and just get up and do something different. One of my very favorite ways to reset when I'm in one of those headspaces where I just feel stuck and I know I'm not gonna get out of it is to get up and go for a walk outside, just around the neighborhood. We're lucky enough here in Boise to be right on the river, so our walks are especially pretty, so that's an added bonus. But it doesn't even necessarily have to be a walk. Like if it's really gross weather, it's rainy or snowy or something like that, I'll go out for a drive just around the neighborhood. Or sometimes all it takes is just moving to a different room in the house and getting away from your desk, away from the space that you're in, and that'll be enough to reset and get yourself in a better headspace to be more creative and be more thoughtful. So I've only been out here for like 5 minutes and I already feel better and more ready to create and in a better place and less stuck. So it really doesn't take much at all to get out of those headspaces and get back in a place where you're ready to be productive and get the things done that you need to get done. All right, we are back from our walk and I'm feeling so much better, way more clear-minded and ready to get some work done. And since we weren't out for too long, it's a little bit chilly outside. I'm gonna go ahead and just sit on the couch for a little while and do this because I just don't feel like I'm ready to be back at my desk. So I have my journal, my pen, and I'm ready to brainstorm some ideas for videos for the next month or so. And yeah, it's just crazy how much going for just a 10-minute walk can change your mindset completely. I never used to be a walk person, but in 2020 I kind of had to become a walk person and it has totally changed my life. So if you're not already doing walks, I recommend it for so many reasons, but this is a really good one to clear your mind and kind of reset and get yourself ready to be productive and do what you need to get done. So I'm gonna wrap things up here. I'm gonna get to work with my video ideas and I'm gonna help Ryan with some of his videos. So with that, if you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. And with that, I will see you guys very soon.